Peace, world changers. If you are like me, you know you are here to change the world, mainly by always working on yourself and changing for the better. If this is your pursuit, then you are just like me, a world changer. So let's collectively change ourselves and change the world. In this world, people have lost their damn mind. In this presentation, if you're on the brink of losing your mind, is to help you find it. Please support this channel by buying merch at thecolumbianexchange.com. Donate by using the links in the description. Join my Patreon to access or take part in the psychic hotline, which takes place weekly for only $5 a month. But the best way is to like this video, subscribe to this channel, and share it with somebody who has lost their damn mind. And of course, comment if you have lost your damn mind or you haven't. But for real, enjoy the show. Peace.
Giant Killer.
Peace to the tribe in the collective. It's the Hood Mystic representing www.hoodmystic.com. Yo. They say back in the day. Shout out to all the dung beetles out there, but I'm here to talk my shit. Make sure that y'all can hear me. Thumbs up if y'all can hear me okay. As y'all put them thumbs up or thumbs down like, hey, we can't hear you, fam. You're on mute. I'm gonna pull an Oracle card, man. I'm telling y'all, I got the best Oracle card deck in the world, fam. It is the Milo Manara Oracle deck. Maybe I like this Oracle deck because it got naked white women on it or whatever. But the card that I pulled for the collective is the Sweet Sobriety and Feelings. I don't know if y'all can see. She ain't all the way naked, but she kind of naked. And these are the type of Oracle decks that I like. Now, I'm not opposed to naked Latina women, naked Asian women, naked black women. But this is the first naked deck, Oracle deck, with the chakras and the Lilith and the Selena placements, man. This deck is off the hook, and that's Milo Manara. You can get it off of Amazon. Tell them Hood Mystic sent you. Milo Manara, Manara, Oracle deck. Thank y'all for the birthday wishes. Thank y'all for the solar return. You know, I'm not the type of spiritual person to say I don't get into this, because even if it wasn't my birthday, the sun is conjunct Regulus, so that means that is a very important day to, you know, give people their crowns, right? I'm here to give you your crown. So shout out to the dung beetles out there. I'm here to talk my shit this evening. All right. The sweet sobriety and feelings. And so if it looked like I got a crook in my neck, it looks the looks is not deceiving you. However, I've been like in multiple universes and different timelines and helping people heal, and it ain't easy, right? It ain't easy being greasy. However, I'm all in the space of healing, and please do not cry for me, Argentina. I'm extremely grateful for everything. A little crook in my neck, but the show must go on. All right, so let's read. This is Collective Oracle for today. The title of this card is The Sweet Sobriety and Feelings. Got a naked white woman with a brassiere, sitting with no pennies on in a chair. Type of shit that I like. It's my birthday. It's my party, and you feel me? Let's read though. A distance of restraint still remains, like a slight chill lingering in a silver mercurial gaze. The moment I gave myself away, everything will be deep, serious, and lasting. But that moment has not yet arrived. It's not yet a promise, but it is an intent. So, sorry for my third grade reading level. Let me summarize. The beginning paragraph is simply saying, I intend to feel how I want to feel. Do not sacrifice your feelings for nothing or nobody. When you tell people you're not happy, don't let them trick you out of, well, you should be grateful. I'm making you kiss my ass. One's in the chat. You should be grateful. I'm giving you all of my negative energy. No, I'm not happy. Feelings and love are what carry people away. Feelings are both a drug capable of sweetening a delusion, the water of life, making ordinary things blossom. To feel, not just tracing dreams, but actually catching them. The key to feelings is to be found not in balance, but in awareness. Feelings take time to mature and should be nurtured until they become part of you. This is deep, because when we get into the conversation about using the mind, you're going to think that I pulled this card on purpose. But, man, we about to do magic today. One's in the chat. I mean, the magic is you, right? If you're not the magic, get the fuck off the channel. Somebody else is the magic. If something is the magic, get off the channel. You gotta be the magic in order to get access to the Hood Mystic channel this afternoon. It's my birthday. I can cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Cry if I want to. Not the driver nor the passenger, but the vehicle itself gives meaning to the things and people you love. They have their own pace, neither too fast nor too slow. They follow the cycle of seasons. In that day and night, they are internal, but only if you let them steadily grow. In the end, the same gesture that can bring surrender can also be a gesture that says no or not today. So, in summary, when you do not get access to the dreams for which you intend, do you give up on those dreams? You look at your birthday and say, damn, I'm 38. I didn't think I was supposed to be 30. I didn't think I was supposed to be here at 38. I thought I was supposed to be somewhere else completely different. Do I give up on my dreams with the realities of maybe every door hasn't opened for me, but the way that I want to feel is the way that I want to feel. So you either going to give up or you're going to keep on trucking, right? So shout out to those who want to keep on trucking. Shout out to those who want to tap in and get into a deeper level of occult metaphysics and spirituality. Excuse the crook in the neck, but I'm a crook in the flesh. You know what I'm saying? I'm just here keeping it real, keeping it funky. I got more reading because I gotta set the table. Y'all ain't never ate dinner, and the table wasn't set. Now, all right. It'd be so weird, right? People just be talking and it's weird. But if you want healing, if you want to tap into something sublime, look your dumbass in the mirror. One's in the chat. If you want to find God, look in the mirror. One's in the chat. If you want to talk to God, talk to yourself. One's in the chat. You want to find salvation, look in the mirror. Look at your baby daddy. Look at your baby mama. Look at your kids. Okay? Really simple. I'm saying this because I see a lot of people putting everything on spiritual gurus, spiritual healers, people who have pressed upload on their YouTube account, people who will press go live on their Instagram videos, and now this is your salvation, this is your healing, this is your deliverance. I'm reading from Chakra Nova. Hey, if you bought the book and you didn't read it, buy the book again. Silly Billy. Silly Billy butt, right? If you haven't got these books, go get these books. I'm doing a half off sale on my damn website. No promo code needed. I'm doing 50% off until I finish my new book, Spiritual Being Having a Human Experience. So to help me in writing the book, buy these books now for 50% off if you haven't gotten them already. But if you have gotten them and you haven't read them, as a form of punishment, get another one. Get a fresh copy. Because goddamn, it's easy for y'all to complain, but much harder to y'all to deal with stress. Today we're going to read pages 46 through 47 and some of 48. Okay? It's very important for the duration of this conversation. So everything we're saying is a lead up and a build up, and a lot of y'all don't have time. So go ahead and be distracted, be disrupted, be disconnected from source, be stressed out, play somebody else's game, be a co-star, right? Don't step into your power, go somewhere else, right? This is strictly for the people who seek power within themselves and don't want anything else. But there are blockages, there are doorways, there are locks, there are challenges, there are obstacles. And I'm just the person to say, yeah, that is true, my nigga. Because what do spiritual people do? Hi, beloved. Oh, you did nothing wrong in that situation. There's nothing wrong about you. You're perfect. And then you find yourself in a Motel 6, getting bent over. Beloved, this pussy is so good, right? Stop putting your faith in false teachers. So stress. After the amygdala sends the stress signals, the hypothalamus activates the sympathetic nervous system by sending signals through the autonomic nerves to the adrenal glands. I'm reading from Chakra Nova, available at ColumbianExchange.com. These glands respond by pumping the hormone adrenaline into the bloodstream. As adrenaline circulates through the body, it brings on a number of physiological changes. The heart beats faster than normal, pushing blood to the muscles, heart, and other vital organs. Pulse rate and the blood pressure go up. The person undergoing these changes also starts to breathe more rapidly. Small airways in the lungs open wide. This way, the lungs can take in as much oxygen as possible with each breath. Each oxygen is sent to the brain, increasing alertness. Sight, hearing, and other senses become sharper. Meanwhile, adrenaline triggers blood sugar release, glucose, and fats from temporary storage sites in the body. These nutrients flood into the bloodstream, supplying energy to all parts of the body. Next paragraph. All of these changes happen so quickly that people aren't aware of them. The wiring is so efficient that the amygdala and hypothalamus start this cascade even before the brain's visual centers have had a chance to process what is happening entirely. The HPA axis relies on a series of hormonal signals to keep the sympathetic nervous system, the gas pedal, pressed down. And I'm explaining what happens when you are stressed out, right? You tell people, I'm stressed out. Okay, your brain's going into hyperdrive, you're pressing on the gas pedal, and that's not even how you drive. You ain't never drove like that. You put a little bit of gas here and there, you hit the brakes when it's a red light, you know how to drive. But somehow when it comes to your emotions, you want to be on overdrive, but then want to listen to spiritual niggas. One's in the chat if you got to get yourself together over listening to people. You got to understand your emotions over understanding how other people is kicking the advanced knowledge, decoding and breaking down the information that's happening in the world. But when it comes to your emotional system, niggas don't even give a fuck. You don't ever even understand. You know why? Because all these changes happen so quickly that people aren't aware of them. Chakra Nova available at Columbian Exchange if this reading intrigues you and you want to get more into the science of you. Why? Because you are the book. I should promote myself a little bit more. If I'm just having like conscious birthday thoughts, it's my party and I'll cry if I want to. If the brain continues to perceive something as dangerous, hormones travel to the adrenal glands, prompting them to release cortisol. Body thus stays revved up on high alert. When the threat passes, cortisol levels fall, the parasympathetic nervous system, the brake, then dampens the stress response. Any arousal of the HPA axis will cause increased activation of the opiate systems, whether the arousal is stress, shock, trauma, freeze, sports activity, or sexual attraction. Kundalini represents perhaps the most remarkable ongoing efflux of opiates. Sometimes the bliss is so acute that it makes rational thought all but impossible. The point is not to fight the joy or fall into compulsive degradation using happiness like a drug or alcohol binge. While undergoing excessive euphoria, there is indeed a need to rehabilitate one's faculties by pursuing challenging cognitive tasks. So we're going to talk about that later because so many people just say, I just want to be happy. One's in the chat, I just want to be happy. Well, it takes a lot of work to be happy. Huh, what you said? It takes a lot of work? What? A lot of cognitive challenging tasks to be happy. Huh? Wait a second. You mean I just can't be myself and just kind of show up and be happy? Yeah, you can do whatever the fuck you want to do. You said you wanted to be happy. It's gonna take a lot of work. But what is the work that you're talking about? Stay tuned as we get into the work of being happy. I just want to be happy, right? A suggestion would be to choose bliss and learn to get used to living in joy. Final paragraph. Chakra Nova, you want to learn more about Kundalini awakening, but during and after a Kundalini awakening, there's constant bliss to varying degrees. Some of the chemicals involved in pleasure include endorphins, cannabinoids, sex hormones, and others. These various bliss agents change with the different Kundalini events, the stages, combined with the seasonal and lunar variations. So one would say, I would rather have endorphins, I would rather have cannabinoids, I would rather have sex hormones, oxytocin, vasopressin, coursing through my body over cortisol and adrenaline. But the reality is, you do it to yourself, because most of the stress that you feel is happening because you're thinking, right? You're thinking about shit that might happen, might not happen. And my laptop isn't charged, so give me a minute. I'll be right back. Gotta charge for this whole thing cut off. Give me a second. Let's see. Hey, okay. Plug it up. Just do it. All right. So yeah, man, chakra nova, get that, chill out, parasympathetic system, relax, you know. There's a lot of crazy shit going on, but at least you can understand your emotions. So today we're going to talk about the mind. And the reason that, give me 1 second, man. I'm tripping, y'all even tell me. Good. You don't even look right. There you go. Nigga. I'm a bad bitch. I need a ring light. One in the chat. Bad bitches got the ring lights nowadays, right? What the fuck? It's my birthday. I ain't even have on the ring light, man. Y'all tripping. I'm really tripping. Yeah, man, let's talk about the mind. Because people have been losing theirs. Ones in the chat. And it's so crazy, right? Let's talk about this. Let's get into the world, man. Now, take a walk with me. Tell me when I'm lying. All the time, I've been like, yo, that whole situation. I mean, I'm not the only person. Like, most people with common sense was like, yo, this whole situation with this lockdown and so forth and so on, it ain't what it's supposed to be. And then we had people in our lives telling us, no, for real, you need to do this, you need to do that, you need to do this. People done lost their jobs, people done went through a whole metamorphosis. Everybody talk about, well, how it done messed them up psychologically, right? Because of the information that they took in and how they took it in, how they disseminated, how they processed it. It was all information wars, right? Info wars, Alex Jones, right? And now you read the CDC, they putting out apologies. Well, you know, when we said that you had to be doing this and doing that, well, we ain't really mean it like that. Like, actually, like if you read the fine print, it said that we ain't really know what we was talking about. It was just like we was under pressure, you know. Donald Trump, right? Like Donald Trump, right? That's what we doing, right? Can we just blame it on Donald Trump? Because he was the president when all this kind of stuff started, man. I don't know. Right? So here we are in a world where everybody got different information that they downloading and uploading, and people trying to figure it out based upon the information, based upon the conscious mind. And the reason because of this is because of school. Right? When you go to school, they not saying whoever you are an individual, And let's bring out all of your gifts, talents, and abilities. What is your subconscious mind saying to you? What school is trying to do is trying to fill up your conscious mind and see how much you can remember based upon what they have already inputted in your mind. So whether you creative, whether you are talented, whether you are athletic, whether your purpose is in public speaking, right? When have you ever went to school and your teacher said, well, we just gonna put you in speaking classes and communication classes, right? You never get that type of treatment. So most of our ways of learning and engaging with our mind is 100% conscious. Even when you talk about it with Black people and spirituality, they call it the conscious community. I was the first person to say, no, it's not the conscious community, it's the subconscious community. The conscious community is the limit. The conscious community is the baby brain, right? And how much can I remember? How smart can I appear to you? How deep can I be? As opposed to the subconscious is how connected can you be? How happy can you be? How emotionally satisfied are you, right? And it's a lot of spiritual people who wouldn't necessarily know anything about satisfaction when it comes to happiness, right? Or joy, or just personal pleasure. Too busy trying to impress or trying to come across as, spiritual means that, you're perfect, right? And you can't do no wrong. And a lot of people try to live up to this aesthetic and this mystique, especially with social media, but it's all conscious mind, observable things. Then when you get into the minutia of a situation, oh, they commit suicide, oh, they're beefing or they're arguing or they're unhappy. It don't really make sense to a lot of people. But when you start to understand that the vastness of all of what you experience is purely subconscious, when you get into the study of the subconscious mind, it goes to say that every action that you do, you don't even have no control over your actions. Think about that. Think about the times for which you want to do something. Say, for instance, I'm going to just use me as an example because it's my party and I can cry if I want to, right? Say if I wanted to lose weight, right? I say, damn, I want to lose weight consciously. Let's talk about it. Why ain't I doing it? Why ain't I going to the gym like I'm supposed to be going? Even though I consciously know that I want to lose weight and I want to go to the gym, but I'm still not going to the gym. What is that? That's the subconscious mind controlling even my better thoughts. Now you can point the fingers at me and give me some workout tips, or you can start to realize that, oh shit, where do I do that at? Where do I think that, oh, I want to be in a relationship, but I sit in the house all day? As soon as you start talking about yourself, people want to act like they got some advice or tips for you. Don't cry for me, Argentina. Interesting thing is, never mind. So, conscious, observable world, as much as you try to deep dive into conscious, that's your limit. As much as you deep dive in your subconscious and learn about your subconscious mind, the easier that it is to figure out what it is that you want to do. Because if you're looking at the world and figuring like, there's so many options, I can do so many things, right? That's your ego that's going to confuse you. I have so many options in men. Plenty of fish, OK Cupid, Hinge, black girls meet, black people meet, black boys meet, black meat, blackmeat.com. Okay, you can get anything that you want in this world. As much as you need to just sit back and just listen to your soul, right? The conscious mind proverbially is having you in a tis or in a tasket, mainly because we're not in a space of awareness, right? The simple awareness of the multiple or the multitude of the mind, the conscious mind and the subconscious mind. Being aware of your subconscious mind, being aware of your conscious mind, seeing how they meet, and then how to engage with it, right? So everybody go to church, right? Everybody know about the Holy Trinity. In my mind, I see the Holy Trinity as your universal mind. Then you have matter, physicality, like 5 fingers, toes, like human body, need to work out, need to eat right, need to, understand the chemistry and biology of what could ultimately, even your psychology falls into matter. Some of y'all crazy and do crazy shit. One's in the chat. That's how you know you crazy, when you really start doing crazy shit. That's how people are like, am I crazy? I'd be like, do you pay your bills? You take care of your children? You're responsible? No, you ain't crazy. You stop paying your bills, you start doing something change for, you start, losing all your morals and shit. Yeah, you might be going a little crazy. Okay? Putting your matter at risk. And then spirit. So a lot of times people don't really get into the spiritual aspects because people don't really understand the subconscious mind. So when you think about ritual, when you think about magic, when you think about occultism, when you think about meditation, when you think about religion, when you just think about philosophy, you're trying to get into a spot where you are able to tap into your subconscious mind. When you're able to peer into yourself and say, self, what is it that you need me to do today? And the ultimate point is listening to that point, listening to what yourself says and acting upon it, nothing else. So when you see a spiritual person that's at peace, that has knowledge of self, they listened to themselves, they acted upon what themselves said, and they took care of themselves, and they respected their mind. Right? Very important. So many people have their parents' minds acting like it's their own mind. So many people have their partner's mind acting like it's their own mind. This is why when you are in a relationship, you gotta always ask the question, are you sure? You sure? Sometimes people try to make you happy. Some people try to manipulate your mind. Some people don't even realize that they even have a mind. Some people don't compartmentalize their mind. They just going through life wishing for the better. The point is, you don't have to wish, you just have to understand the imprinting or the impressing of the subconscious mind. I can show you better than I can tell. So, just like a seed, just like an idea, just like an intention, the missing point is action, an emotional commitment to what you say you want. A drive, a motivation, an inspiration. What are you doing every single day? And if this is the answer if this is the question that you can answer, then you're engaging in your subconscious mind. Y'all need direction so bad that you are, so many people, like, the only way I can describe it is killing yourself. When you listening to somebody and you need direction from somebody, when you got a subconscious mind and a soul yourself, the only way I can describe it is death. Because the God in you, you're ignoring it. Because another person might be a little bit more cuter, might have a little bit more tick, might be a little bit more popular, might know a little bit more, study a little bit more books, have longer hair, have a little bit lighter skin, have more muscles, taller, nicer car. That could never mean shit in reference to understanding your mind, right? And why do you lose your mind? Because you don't recognize that it's even there, right? If you lost something, you ever lost something, you stop paying attention to it. And then when you think to find it, it ain't there no more. Because you done went so far following somebody else's words, somebody else's patterns, mom, dad, husband, wife, brother, sister, uncle, aunt, don't matter. You really thought that this was something greater than you. And instead of, getting to a point where you could listen to yourself, you continue to be like a zombie. Dead to yourself. Dead to yourself. That's what it feels like. That's the only word that can come to mind when you're not listening to your subconscious mind, when you're not living your intentions. And there's no way you can actually be really solidified in your happiness and joy. But I want to be happy. Sure you do. How do you access the subconscious? Perception, evaluation, and motivation. Perception is to perceive. To perceive, when you get into the etymology, is to gain knowledge. It is the process of grasping a subject. Ultimately, every day you should learn something new. Because if you're an artist, you should learn new artist techniques. If you're a singer, you should learn new singing techniques. If you're trying to put yourself out there, you should learn how. When you have a perception of something, that means you've grasped it, or you're grasping it. You're understanding it. So if you're listening to somebody, there's no way that you can actually be grasping or gaining knowledge. You're more of being mind controlled and zombie whipped. They're feeding into your conscious mind. The longer, if I have you for a long time, right? I'm talking about weeks and months of talking to you. Your brain can only hold so much. But you get into the process of going to school, right? You get into the process of going to college. You get into the process of going to church. You get into the process of going to work. One's in the chat, if things start to blend into one thing when you're in a situation like that. You don't know the last day from the next day. It's just one event. Because you wasn't never learning. You was being conditioned to be a slave, to be a zombie. People need your resources. People need your money. People need your time. People need your attention so they can survive. When you get into the knowledge and the science of self, then you have to listen to yourself. And this is why we say meditate. This is why we say figure out what you want to do. And then once you figure out what you want to do, learn about it every single day. Evaluation. Evaluation would be like skills. It's the tension to evaluate something. Is what type of tension do you put on yourself to be successful at your intention? You don't evaluate your progress. How do you even know you're making progress? And then if you're not making progress, why did you even say that you want that thing? One's in the chat if that makes sense. Like, I want something, but I just want to I just want it. All right, you need to perceive it, meaning that you need to learn. I want a relationship. Learn how relationships work. Evaluate your growth and development of getting closer to getting a relationship. Some of y'all got y'all same old game. Some of y'all got y'all same old dribble between the legs, come up for a jump shot. Some of y'all got the same old fuck style. Didn't ever read a Kama Sutra book ever in your life. Didn't ever read how to please a man sexually ever in your life. How to please a woman sexually ever in your life. But want to have a relationship. How do you want a relationship but you don't have the skills and talents and abilities to please sexually? You can have the money, you can look good, you can have all of that, but if you don't please her sexually, that's a big part. And she be like, damn, it's so good that he paying all the bills, but damn, I wish he could fuck me right. I'm gonna spend my whole life with somebody who ain't gonna lay the pipe right. There's books you can read, and then you could then be like, babe, how have the sex been over the past month? Have I been improving? But you say you want a better relationship with your wife. Maybe you could please her better. Maybe you could please him better. Finally, the motivation. Intention, motivation, because everybody wants something. One's in the chat, man. Everybody wants something, man. Everybody wants something. Everybody want a business. Everybody want whatever they want. Okay, what's the motivation? Consciously becoming the cause to an effect by acting. So when you are the cause, say I'm a cause, you also have to act upon that cause. Like, you know that what you are doing is in alignment with your intention. Action. Like, it's even to motivate, or a motive is an inward wish. To wish for something. It's because nobody is in this world saying, I got everything perfect. We all motivated. Some, even a philanthropist, see the imperfection in how you living and want to help you out. Even if they got it all together, a person could be motivated to help your ass, right? So motivation, evaluation, perception is accessing the subconscious mind. And this is a formula. This is a formula to always be in alignment with your goals. Because it's easy to say, you know what, I want it, and forget about it. And then wonder why you ain't got it. That's crazy. But it's consciousness. It's consciousness, because consciousness is limited. So let's just keep going. Let's deal with the blocks to your subconscious mind, which is the 5 senses. The way that we perceive the world is through our 5 senses. Seeing, smelling, touching, speaking, hearing. But when you get to the subconscious level, you have these same 5 senses, but this is like the clear sentience, where you don't need eyes to see, you don't need a nose to smell, you don't need a mouth to speak, you don't need ears to hear. This is like if you ever seen somebody who's like impaired at all, like they're in a wheelchair, they can't talk, or they can talk, right? They in horrible condition, but the thing about them, they still have a consciousness and they still operate on the same level as you. They might be better off than you. They might be more progressed through life than you because they tapped into their clear senses. They're tapped into their subconscious way of communicating and getting through life, where the 5 senses is a mediocre way of reaching through life. Like to me, if I say, you know, Can I please have $20? Motherfucker look at me and be like, bruh, hell no, I ain't giving you shit, right? But then if a certain person come here, like she looks sexy, she carrying a little baby, she wearing leggings and a little pennies is showing, and she asks you for $20, even the ladies be like, here, sis, you got it, you looking good. You know what I'm saying? That baby need that $20, right? Subconsciously, you don't want to be a person that isn't answering the call of feeding a fucking hungry child, nigga. You don't want to live with that. So subconsciously, you can play a game in life way more like your wife or your husband or your mom or your dad communicate way more subconsciously than consciously. People be in families and relationships and they don't even really talk for real, but they be talking. If we don't understand the language of the subconscious, or even how when people are together, when people are in a relationship or in a family, they can align, right? This is why back in the days, families had what is a crest or a coat of arms or a symbol, or like it'd be wolves and foxes and lions and a nigga face on there, right? It's a summary, it's a symbol of the family's intention. Nowadays, nigga, when you get 18, you better get the fuck out this house and get a job, right? So we probably wouldn't know much about family and the power of aligning a family towards a sigil or a mindset or a coat of arms, but these is ways that families speak to each other and communicate before the internet, before telephone. Meaning that if you had this coat of arms and I seen you in London, but you got that coat of arms in Morocco, motherfucker be like, that my damn cousin. Come over here, come eat, da 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 da. Right now you can be like, oh, that's such and such from Instagram. Come, you know what I'm saying? So sigils in subconscious communication is how we identify each other. And a deeper point is how you identify like your psychic gifts, your animal totems. That's why you like foxes, all types of stuff on there. So subconscious mind, you can read other people's thoughts if you want to be serious about it. If you wanted to just be in an environment, right? Because usually you can be in an environment and you can be thinking in your conscious mind. What I gotta do today, how much money I gotta spend, how much money I got left in my bank account, is he cheating on me, do she like me? You be in your conscious mind most of the time. But if ever you wanted to read minds, right? If ever you wanted to communicate to people, if ever you wanted to leave your body, come out, if ever you wanted to time travel, go to different times, and just understand life, like where you're at, is all happening at the subconscious level, but most people don't know, right? Most people is in the five senses. And it purely, right? Pleasure, they want to be happy, but happy is just to be pleasured in their body. They just want their body together. They want a house. They just want a car. Just want to look good. Just want to show up. Want to be seen. Want to be heard, right? But these are ultimately limits to or blocks to your true power, which is your subconscious mind. So, yeah. And if you want full details, I don't think I mentioned this, but I did write an article yesterday. So links is in the description. It's actually the first link. So click that, read the article on your leisure. I think it's about like a 6 minute read, but I'm not talking about everything I wrote about. So if you want more on the subject, but also Joseph Murphy, The Power of the Subconscious Mind, great book. But it's a great book, but you got to start to apply the techniques and everything associated with it. So what is a mind? And that's not even the picture that I wanted there. That's the verb tense. Let me hang something that I really want to point out. How y'all doing? How y'all doing out there? Find it. All right. So the mind, that which feels, wills, and thinks, or the intellect, memory, remembrance, state of being remembered, thought, purpose, conscious mind, intellect, intention. Some of these ideas are different posits throughout time of what men even think the mind is, right? When you say mind, it means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. But my thing is, if you don't recognize your mind and the power of your mind, then you're going to give it to somebody else. And you can subconsciously give it to other people without even knowing it. People can stress you out. People can judge you. People can think about you in a certain type of way, and it affects the way you think about yourself. And you don't realize that you're giving that person power. You're not realizing that you're giving your power away. So, understanding your intention, or another point is, some people think that the mind just simply consists of the conscious mind. Everything that you think of, everything that is conscious to you, when that's just a small fragment. Your mind is much more larger, much more advanced, much more cosmic. Like within you is the cosmos. This is why I talk about astrology. Not if it was something just solely outside of us, I wouldn't even care. Right? But since it is our chakras, since it is our cosmic past and our cosmic future, it's something worth talking about. It's something worth knowing. But if you're not able to expand past what you already know about yourself, it's going to be hard to really get into the subconscious mind. Because within your subconscious mind is your greatness. Within your subconscious mind, you're going beyond and above your limits, and within your subconscious mind is your healing. But I want to talk about accessing your subconscious mind a little bit more. So sometimes we can get so smart. Sometimes we can get so logical about life. Sometimes we can get so like smart about shit. Like we just know shit. We done read books and, you know, read Chakra Nova, Astrology Explained, front to back. I done wrote books, done read books. I got all types of books. But when them emotions take over, all of that intellect, everything you done read and studied and learned about get wiped away. So how are you really trying to impact your subconscious mind? Don't think that by learning and reading a book, you're going to impact your subconscious mind. This is why I say, if you do get Chakra Nova and you do read it, it's also exercises too. Because there has to be a physical integration within the knowledge, or else it's just going to stay in your conscious mind. And some people don't sit and do the meditations because it's too silly for them. They too serious, right? They don't need to meditate. They don't need to get into the lotus position. They don't need to close their eyes and nothing like that because they got too much going on, right? Emotions, when you really want something, you'll put your emotion behind it. And sometimes, say for instance, I'm gonna give you some examples. Say for instance, you want a guy, right? Say for instance, you want a guy. You wouldn't go directly to him and say, I just want you so bad. And he said, put emotions to it. So I'm giving you all of my emotions. I just love you so much. And you look so sexy. And I just want you in my bed. I don't care. This is all my emotions. Here goes all my emotions. Good. Did I do it right? I gave him all my emotions. You said emotions impact the subconscious mind. No, I wasn't talking about that. When you do a ritual, you do north energies, south energies, Oshun, bitch, come help me, blah, 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 blah. I just want somebody to love me, bitch, hurry up. That's the emotions that I'm talking about. That's the emotions that I'm talking about. Bitch, you better be winds to the north, ho. To the west. To the east. Like, you better be acting like it's a tag team video. Whoop, there it is, ho. Like, what the fuck? Like, if you singing the song, you like, I just love this nigga so much. He is so sexy. People don't give a shit. Y'all be trying to be cool and not emotional. Raw emotion connects to people. You'll be the smartest nigga in the world. You will never connect to a person that can connect to a person emotionally. Okay? When you do your rituals, you be like, how do I do it? I didn't do the north and the east and the south. Did I do it right, hood? Did I say the prayer right? Did I say Mamma Mia 9 times in a row right? I don't know if I did it right. It don't matter if you did it right, if you did it with proper emotion. You said, Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. Mamma Mia, Mamma Mia. Thinking that bitch gonna go like, Mother Mary, do I? You call it, right? It's about your emotion. Another example. A girl that you like asks you for $20. You're more likely to give it to her because of the emotions that you have towards her and for her. The more powerful the emotions, and she could have just, people used it, and this is why I say, man, this is why I'm at the gym. But people don't care. They don't care what you talking about if they don't want to fuck you. Okay? That's why if you really want to make it in life, you would get your body together, or at least try. Because emotions are going to override all logic, all intellect, right? And people might try and try to impact your subconscious. You might be thinking like, I need to try so hard. And this is how they get you hook, line, and sinker on the internet. This is why niggas are so deep. Because people don't want to deal with the basics. They want to just get taken higher and higher and higher and deeper and deeper. And why these niggas not even happy? Once in the chat, if that don't make sense. You want to hear advanced metaphysics, but you don't even know the basics of what making, if tickling your asshole is going to take you to the next level. You might just need a tongue in your asshole and you learning about fucking hot sex shit, right? You fucking crunching your brain. Now, what was she the leader of? The Nile Valley? Was it going from the north to the south? Nigga, you ever heard of a rim job? What? Hood? Wait. Hold on, Professor. On rooftop too. Hood, what you say about the rim job now? She lick your ass. Like, she like it too? Really? Let me look into that, right? Your subconscious mind might, bro, it's not events. Life is not events. As much as you learn, you start to kick it to these niggas. One, you don't remember it. You don't remember everything you learned. Tell me what you was learning in the time in the 11th grade, third period, nigga. What was you learning? Remember that pop quiz that you was crying to your mom? If I don't pass it, I don't graduate. My guidance counselor said. Right? So you studying some shit? All right, what was you studying right now? Tell me word for word. You don't know that shit. It's all a game. It's all a fugazi, my nigga. It's all a scam. As much as they can give you on the bullshit, the less you'll be tuned into your subconscious. You might be on the fucking, your subconscious just say, motherfucker, go to a garden, nigga. Go start a farm with your old lady, nigga. Get some fucking horses. Get away from niggas. You know, why you need input all the fucking time from people? You need to wipe your ass. I just wiped my ass. What you talking about? Okay, did you wipe in between your toes? Like, come on, man. I didn't even ask for no advice. It covered. You'll be constantly irritated, aggravated, moved to craziness until you start to listen to yourself. Now, when you working hard, you ever heard about how like hard work, like that's the shit that they told us, that shit that they taught us, like the real people, they be like compound interest and shit like that, and just getting people to do the work for them and shit like that. They know nothing about hard work. It's about working smarter, not harder. Okay? Now, I need to stress this because more than not, people want to be successful and they think they want to be successful, or they think they want to be in a relationship, or they think this, right? More than not. But very seldomly do people put in the work to get rid of negative emotions. Emotions such as depression, emotions such as sadness, emotions such as rage, anger, right? And then we'll be halfway decent looking, borderline cute, right? And nobody will know the difference, right? You'll go on the first date and tell them what college you went to, your favorite color, you know what I'm saying, how you want your ass licked, and everything is all good, right? But you never once got rid of that rage and anger and depression and sadness. So if you meet Mr. Right or Mrs. Right, that's going to solve all your problems, right? Then everything happens to which you triggered, and now you don't see yourself as the bad guy, and you probably the victim or whatever the case may be, but you never got rid of your strongest emotion. Sometimes your strongest emotion is depression. Sometimes it's your go-to. Sometimes rage is your strongest emotion. And thinking that you was going to find a solve-all or a cover-all and not dealing with it, or not even knowing the tools of how to deal with it, you go into some magic shit. And you get into some law of attraction shit. You try to get somebody, and all of a sudden, you got somebody, right? You gave them everything that you was hiding, right? And then they, blocking you on Instagram and shit like that. So, shout out to the world changers, people who are sent here to change the world. You might not know how to do it. The ways of changing the world is changing yourself through tapping into your mind, tapping into your subconscious mind. Give me 1 second. Yo. All right. So if we have a mind, it's connected to the universal mind. And the reason why we were never taught about our true mind, our psychological mind, our spiritual mind, is because they don't want us to tap into our power. They want us to constantly think that it's something outside of us. There is some lesson that we're not getting. There is some message that we're not hearing. There is some download that we're not receiving. There is something that we're missing out. And so we need to seek it outside of ourselves. If you love me, if you care about me, if you want to give me a birthday gift, you will tap into the universal mind, which is within yourself. You will contact the cosmos, which is within yourself, and you will get rid of your limiting beliefs, which is within yourself, and you will power the fuck up. Since matter and psyche are contained one in the same world, and moreover are in continuous contact. So since we are of the mind, we are also of the world. We are of the universe. Since we have a mind and we can reference our mind, we can also reference the cosmos. We are in continuous contact with the cosmos within our mind, not on the earthly plane. This is all inner psychology. This is deep metaphysics. Deep being within yourself. Since psyche and matter are contained in one in the same world, and moreover are in continuous contact with one another, and ultimately rest on an irrepresentable transcendental factors, it is not only possible, but fairly probable even, that the psyche and matter are two different aspects of one in the same thing. So when you think about your mind, I don't want you to think of that time that you were bullied in high school, where they gave you a wedgie and put you upside down in the toilet. You defeating the purpose of having a mind. Even deeper, when you reflect on that mind, I don't want you to say, that time when the white man had us in chains and slavery. First of all, you wasn't there. And second of all, do you see how they program memories into your mind of inferiority by design? Right? Because when you don't have that, all you have is your creativity. All you have is your brilliance. All you have is your ingenuity. All you have is your greatness. But every once in a while, you gotta go into your mind and say, oh, this is the mind of a woman. We was oppressed. You know that women wasn't even educated until 1844 till some white man passed the law that allowed women to start reading books. Oh, damn. Thank you, white man, for giving women the privilege to read. It'd be crazy. The things that we think about, the things that we know, the things that are facts, don't have shit to do with us. Even deeper, why don't we get into the reality of being Atlanteans? Why don't we get into the reality of being spiritual beings, being able to have telepathy? I'll give you an example. It was this girl that I'm connected to spiritually. I texted her. Hey, how you doing? Miss you. Hope all is well. Peace. Boop. She messaged me on Facebook a day later like, hey, I'm thinking about you. Hope all is well. I got a new phone number. Here go my phone number. A day later, I'm like, damn, I just texted you yesterday. She like, yeah. You know how we get down. We was thinking of each other. That can only happen when you are honestly connected to a person at a spiritual level. And this not even the first, second, third, fourth, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time that this happened between me and her. So you can do the worst to yourself by not reaching out to the people that you spiritually connected to, but by connecting to yourself to the people that's in your physical life, your family and friends. Talking about, oh, family first. But then inside of you, you connected to so many great things and great people and great experiences. You might have to initiate it when it becomes a part of your intent to experience your true soul family. Right? But don't limit yourself. When I say don't limit yourself, figure out what your intention is. What is the responsibility of that intention? What is the action? How do you evaluate yourself as you progress through your intention and manifest that shit? Don't limit yourself. Don't say what you can or can't do. Just manifest it. Right? Through actions. Don't just sit back and be talking about it. So another aspect of the subconscious mind is the placebo effect. And this is the scam of all scams, right? All groups, healers, religions, doctors are relying on the healing power within you to heal yourself. And after you heal yourself, they make you pay them top dollar. One's in the chat. The placebo effect is where a drug causes greater effect and thereby faith actuates, prolongs, or promulgates the strength of the drug. Faith in an object that is known creates a strength in the object's reaction in a more powerful manner, provided the object was intended to create positive effects in the first place. Yet, if this faith is turned inward in a negative manner, it can hinder the effectiveness of the drug or creative power of the thing being used for the positive. This is called the nocebo effect. So if you decide that this person can heal you, this person can teach you, this person can help you, then that person can do their job. You ever go to a class and the students decide that we don't want to be taught by this goddamn teacher? No matter what that teacher do, it ain't happening. Especially a substitute teacher. They got to call a principal or associate principal or security in there, because once the kids decide we don't want to hear nothing that you have to say, once they lose respect for you, it's over. If a doctor is known to have malpractices and you know he got malpractices, you wouldn't go to that damn doctor. You wouldn't respect nothing that he prescribed for you. Because inwardly, you have lost faith. If it was about healing, if it was about him being a professional, then it wouldn't be nothing to stop you from going to a doctor, because a doctor would just be like, I know what can heal you. Don't even tell me the symptoms. Don't even tell me your history. I got it covered. I'm a doctor. I've been to college for 12 years. I got this. He's gonna give you a pill and see how that pill work with your subconscious mind. And if it work well, phew. If it don't, he got a whole bunch of other pills that he gonna give your ass. Ultimately, your subconscious mind is going to be the cause and the cure to whatever you experiencing. There is no different power to heal. There is no different power for magic. There is no special technique. There is no advanced metaphysics. It's you and your ass alone, and your ability to tune into yourself or not. Relax. Let go of the problem. Tune immediately to the solution. Intend on the solution. Act upon the solution. Evaluate if this is actually the solution or not. Are you getting progress? Keep learning, keep perceiving, keep grasping. This is a challenge. You want to be happy. It's going to be a lot of work. I can't get off of here. Of course, read the article, link in the descriptions. But I can't get out of here without letting people know that the biggest block to all that you want to accomplish in life is a limiting belief. A limiting belief is a judgment about yourself that you think to be true that restricts you in some way. So when I say within you is the cosmos, and the cosmos represents your mind and its ability to give you ideas, techniques, things that haven't been seen by nobody. All you have to do is act upon what's happening within your mind. Make sure that there ain't no trauma, no disease that's happening within your mind. Make sure that you haven't lost your mind. You have found your mind. You love your mind. Some people don't like their mind. Some people drown their mind out with Netflix and chill. Movies and sex. Some people don't want to deal with their mind. Right? When they want to invite you to dinner, invite you over their house and want to talk to you, they don't want to talk to you because they don't want to deal with their mind. They're crazy. They don't want to be alone. Right? Their mind is such a hazardous place. So what is the goal for a spiritual person? To turn their mind into a place of peace. How does one do that? Get rid of those limiting beliefs. Get rid of those judgments. Because the judgments that you have about yourself, yes, you had sex with the whole football team. Help me. But you still have the cosmos within your mind. Yes, you've done these things that society wouldn't like. But the judgment of yourself is not going to help you self-realize, self-actualize, and really thinking upon your mind as making an impact. So many people think that they're just thinking like, But if you think upon a way that within your mind is the cosmos, and if you act upon certain ideas, you can change the world. You can be a light bringer, a bringer of peace, a bringer of joy, a bringer of happiness. And those gates and doors will open for you. But if you also say, well, I can't do that because of this, and I can't be doing that, and I haven't been doing this in so many years, and I want to do it, but I got these kids, and these are limiting beliefs that really, as much as you want some shit, you really need to make sure that you have an idea of your limiting beliefs and you have a way of getting rid of them. Because once you get rid of the limiting beliefs, all you have left to deal with is power. Why? Because the limiting belief restricts you in some way, and power gives you the ability to act or do. It's like a dog being left off a chain, off his leash. Your power is in your freedom. But what constricts you and will hold you back is usually the trauma, usually the pain, usually the fear. And these things restrict you. So in replace of that restriction, you have a lot of fantasies and a lot of illusions and a lot of hero ball and a lot of worshiping of great people and great women and just Instagram influencers, actors and models and singers and just great people in the world. But the reality is that you're a great person in the world. You much powerful than them. And it all plays into a larger illusion. Right? What do they call celebrities? Stars. Why do they call them that? because the only way that you really tap into your stardom is within. But even if they were a celebrity, even if there was a musician or an actor or a singer or a performer, they would have to act. They can't just sit on the couch. They can't just be like, man, I got this dead end job that just, I hate going to this job, but I come home and I go to sleep. I want to do something. One day I'm going to do something. One day I'm going to do something. No, it don't work like that. It's a lot of keys and a lot of tools being laid before you. Read the article. I'm working on a book, so of course I didn't give everything in my article. I want to add certain things to the book, but I did add a shadow work section. So with all this being said, I did all of this, article writing, note taking, videos, all of this, just so you can find your mind, just so you can know how important your mind is. Now, if you've been watching this video and if you've been learning, can I get some ones in the chat before I get out of here? Just understanding how powerful that your mind is by simply being aware of it, utilizing your emotions intently, not just being crazy when you triggered, right? But using that crazy in your rituals so they can pop, right? Imagine your baby daddy when you do a ritual, right? Not the bad version either, when you fell in love with him, right? Okay. Your conscious mind is like an SD drive. Your subconscious is like the whole CPU hard drive. And so you can take your mind in and out. It don't have much value. The value in you being a human being is your subconscious, which gives you an ability to choose whatever life you want to live, right? So are you programming your future effective, right? Programming for the inside. So next week, we're going to talk more about the program inside. We're going to do some tree of life, Kalipov. We're going to get into some deep metaphysics. No. But, I've been really setting the table a lot, having a lot of basic conversations so that I could, talk about certain things. So if you're well, how, we didn't just jump off the porch. We've been doing a series of videos. So if you look in the descriptions, it'll say something about videos. Let me see how I worded it. Let me see how I worded it. Prerequisite viewing. The Psychonaut Intuition, Channeling 101, Channeling 102, Banishing, Sigil Magic, Foundational Sex Magic, Dreams and Journaling. It's better to receive than to give. How to find love within. Today we're talking about how to use the mind. Next week we'll be working with the Tree of Life and programming, utilizing the Kalipov in a simple, easy to understand way. No spookism, no scariness, but just understanding that the life that you want to live or the way that you want to feel is completely up to you. You have more than enough power. But the main thing that I would say for spiritual beings is not that you need advanced metaphysics. You need to get rid of those limiting beliefs. And if you can understand that, understand that, overstand that, remove your restrictions, then almost instantly you're given into a level of power. So with that being said, man, share this video with your mama, your daddy, your grandma, your grandpa, your cousins, your uncle, your brother. Share it with the whole fam. It's for the family. But hopefully you enjoyed it. And yeah, I'll be back to discuss this new moon in a couple of days. And probably either tonight or tomorrow, I'll be doing live readings. So be sure to sign up to the Patreon, become a patron, because the readings is going to be off the hook. I can't wait to do those, but I had to do this video first. So up next, we will be doing some psychic hotlines. So become a patron. I'm going to be giving y'all when I'm going to be going live, so y'all can get your panties ready. You know, everybody got their psychic reading panties, right? Or maybe I'm just tripping. Video over, okay? I'm going into the deep end now. All right, I'll see y'all later. Peace.
Giant Killer.
Walk in the light,